Good evening. Welcome to Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community, the news you can trust and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the news this evening, 12 Indian basketball players make history as they compete for $1 million on ESPN Friday. Indian Prime Minister Modi interacts with Indian contingent bound for Commonwealth Games 2022. International Chess Day is celebrated annually on July 20th. Zoom interview with Team Shamshera in our entertainment section. Stay with us on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community for news in detail right after this short break. For the first time in international sports history, 12 Indian origin athletes from around the globe will compete in the highest stakes basketball tournament in the world. India Rising is fondly nicknamed the Avengers of Brown Basketball by co-founder, former assistant coach of the NBA's Sacramento Kings and current Egyptian national team head coach Roy Rana. The team will be one of the 64 competing in the basketball tournament TBT, a single elimination 8-region competition that tips off on Friday, July 22nd at 7 p.m. EST in Syracuse, New York on ESPN, who will award the 2022 champion $1 million. I spent most of my life praying, waiting, hoping, dreaming to see people who look like me on these sports channels, and I'm done waiting, said Gautam Kapoor, co-founder and general manager of India Rising and former strategy manager at the NBA. Growing up, I was always tall and naturally gravitated to basketball, but didn't really have any role models who looked like me. Now, there are more than 60 professionals, Indian origin ballers worldwide, and nobody knows they exist. There are a lot of talented guys on this team, and this is only the beginning, said Josh Sharma, India Rising's 7-foot forward and former Stanford University Cardinal. This historic all-star roster represents a diverse pool of talent from all around the world. We're creating a brotherhood that goes beyond the game of basketball. Our third and most important goal is defeating cultural stereotypes. You don't even need to necessarily win games to defeat stereotypes, but it helps the narrative tremendously. We want to start a cultural movement that if you are Indian and looking to move into athletics, there's a home for you to play and a community for you to belong to, said Naveen Ramhark, India Rising COO.
Big bird on the pack. Big bird on the pack.
I just like to say I'm Suk Matone from Pennsylvania. I was born in Queens, New York.
My name is Kiran Shastri and I'm from San Francisco, California.
My name is Bajo Judge from Brampton, Ontario.
My name is Aryan Sharma and I'm from just outside Toronto, Ontario.
I'm really excited to be here in New York, playing for India Rising at NFT NYC.
I'm a huge advocate for changing the culture of India basketball, and I think India Rising is a great step toward that.
India Rising and what G is doing is one of the best things to happen for Indian hoops.
Being part of a group that's doing something special, it's a really big honor, and I'm proud and I'm happy to be here. And I'm looking forward to just showing what I can do and being around good guys that I can learn from.
To be honest, 2 words, man: honored and grateful. These guys are some of the best hoopers from North America, even globally. Just honored to share the court with them, compete.
Hope to make some noise, show that brown people can hoop, and just change that stereotype.
Indian Prime Minister Modi interacted with the Indian contingent bound for the Commonwealth Games 2022 on July 20th via video conferencing. The interaction by the Prime Minister is a part of his continuous endeavour to motivate athletes ahead of their participation in the major sporting events. Here is one of such interactions with none other than David Beckham. Enjoy.
नमस्ते सर।
नमस्ते डेविड, कैसे हो?
ठीक हो सर।
डेविड, आपका नाम तो एक बहुत बड़े फुटबॉल खिलाड़ी के नाम पर है, लेकिन आप साइकिलिंग करते रहते हैं। लोग भी आपको फुटबॉल खेलने की राय देते होंगे कि भी आपको
जी
लगा
सर,
कि प्रोफेशनली भी फुटबॉल खेलना चाहिए, या फिर साइकिलिंग ही आपकी पहली चॉइस रही है?
मतलब प्रोफेशनल खेलने का मतलब शौक था फुटबॉल में, बट हम लोग का वहाँ पे मतलब फुटबॉल का उतना स्कोप नहीं था निकोबार, इसलिए फुटबॉल का वो बढ़ नहीं पाया उधर पे।
अच्छा डेविड, मुझे बताया गया कि आपकी टीम में और एक साथी का नाम भी मशहूर फुटबॉल प्लेयर के नाम पर ही है। फ्री टाइम में आप दोनों फुटबॉल खेलते हैं या नहीं?
फुटबॉल नहीं खेलते हैं क्योंकि हम लोग का मतलब ट्रेनिंग में ही फोकस करते हैं हम लोग अपना ट्रैक साइकिलिंग में, बस उसी में हम लोग का मतलब पूरा टाइम उसी अपना ट्रेनिंग में हम लोग चलाते हैं।
अच्छा डेविड, आपने अपने जीवन में बहुत से कष्ट सहे हैं, पर साइकिल से हाथ कभी नहीं छूटा, और इसके लिए बहुत अधिक मोटिवेशन की जरूरत है। ये मोटिवेशन और ये अपने आप को मोटिवेट रखना, ये अपने आप में एक अजूबा है। आप कैसे करते हैं
ये मतलब सर मेरा लोग बहुत मोटिवेट करता है मेरे को, क्योंकि आपको आगे जाना है और आगे मतलब मेडल जीत के आना है यहाँ पे, और ये मतलब बहुत ही की बात होएगा कि मैं बाहर जाके अपना मेडल ले आएगा, और मैं बहुत।
अच्छा डेविड, आपने खेलो इंडिया यूथ गेम्स में भी स्वर्ण पदक जीता था। खेलो इंडिया गेम्स से आपको कैसे मदद मिली? इस जीत ने आपके संकल्प को कितना और मजबूत किया?
जी सर, वो मेरा पहला जर्नी था कि मैं अपना नेशनल रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा था 2 बार, और मैं बहुत खुशी की बात है कि मैं मन की बात में आपने मेरा बारे में बहुत बोला था, और मैं बहुत खुश था उस टाइम कि आपने मन की बात में मेरा मोटिवेट किया, और एक मैं अंडमान निकोबार का एक खिलाड़ी हूँ कि मैं वहां से निकल के यहाँ नेशनल टीम में पहुंचूं, और ये बहुत खुशी की बात है कि मेरा अंडमान टीम भी बहुत प्राउड फील करता है कि मैं अपना इंडिया टीम में यहाँ इंटरनेशनल टीम में यहाँ करा।
देखिए डेविड, आपने अंडमान निकोबार को याद किया, और मैं जरूर कहूंगा कि आप देश के सबसे खूबसूरत क्षेत्र से आते हैं। आप 1-1.5 साल के रहे होंगे जब निकोबार में आई सुनामी ने आपके पिताजी को आपसे छीन लिया था। 1 दशक बाद आपने अपनी माता जी को भी खो दिया। मुझे याद है 2018 में मैं कार निकोबार गया था, तो मुझे सुनामी मेमोरियल जाने का और जिन्हें हमने खो दिया उन्हें श्रद्धांजलि देने का अवसर मिला था। मैं आपके परिवार को प्रणाम करता हूं कि इतनी विषमताओं में भी उन्हें आपको प्रोत्साहित किया। आपके साथ हर देशवासी का आशीर्वाद है। आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
International Chess Day is celebrated annually on July 20th to mark the foundation of the International Chess Federation. The United Nations General Assembly recognized this day in 2019, and ever since it has been celebrated every year. Here's a look at the current top 10 Grandmasters of India as per FIDE rankings. Vishwanathan Anand, World Ranking 12. Vishwanathan Anand is the greatest Indian chess player of all time. In 1988, Anand became India's first Grandmaster. Anand is also a 5-time World Chess Champion. Hari Krishna Pentala, World Ranking 25. Hari Krishna Pentala is one of India's best players for his age in his youth. As a child, Pentala won India under 08, under 10, under 14, under 15 and under 18 titles. In September 2001, he became India's youngest Grandmaster. When Pentala became a Grandmaster, he was the 7th youngest Grandmaster at that time. In the same year, he became the Commonwealth Champion too. Pentala was crowned the World Junior Champion in 2004, and 7 years later, he became the Asian Individual Champion. Vidit Santosh Gujarati, World Ranking 28. Vidit is an Indian Super Grandmaster. He was the 30th player from India to become a Grandmaster. As a boy, he won the Under-14 World Championship. In 2018, he won the Tata Steel Challengers. The next year, he won 2019 Beal Tournament. Erigasi Arjun, World Ranking 46. Arjun became a Grandmaster in 2018 when he was just 14. He was also the runner-up in the Under-14 division at the 2017 World Youth Chess Championship. This year, he won the 2022 Tata Steel Challenger Tournament. Arjun is also the reigning senior national champion, having claimed the title in March. Gukesh D, World Ranking 54. Indian teenage chess star Gukesh D is the 3rd youngest person in history to qualify for the title of Grandmaster. Gukesh achieved the feat in March of 2019. Last week, he became only the 6th Indian to cross the coveted 2700 ELO rating barrier. S.L. Narayanan, World Ranking 89, is India's 41st Grandmaster. He earned the title of Grandmaster in 2015. Narayanan won the Asian Under-16 title in 2012 and a gold medal in the Asian Junior Blitz Chess Championship in 2016. Nihal Sareen, World Ranking 105. Nihal Sareen is an Indian chess prodigy who became a Grandmaster at the age of 14. In 2013, Nihal won the Under-10 World Blitz Championship. A year later, he won the Under-10 World Youth Chess Championship with a score of 9-11. He won Chess.com's Junior Speed Chess Championship, the gold medal as a part of the Indian team in the FIDE Chess Olympics and the Under-18 World Youth Championship. Pragananda R, World Ranking 112. Pragananda Ramesh Babu is an Indian Grandmaster and the 5th youngest Grandmaster in history. He's won 3 World Youth titles, Under-8 in 2013, Under-10 in 2015 and Under-18 in 2019. He's also famous for defeating current world champion Magnus Carlsen twice. Sasikiran Krishnan, World Ranking 127. Krishnan Sasikiran is an Indian Grandmaster who created a stir by defeating fellow Indian chess player Vishwanathan Anand during the World Cup chess tournament in 2002. He won the gold medal in the mixed team event in 2006 Asian Games and followed that with a bronze medal in the mixed team event in the 2010 Guangzhou Asian Games. Abhijit Gupta, world ranking 146. Abhijit Gupta is an Indian chess grandmaster who is the third Indian to win the World Junior Chess Championship in 2008. He also received the Arjuna Award in 2013. Gupta is the first player to win the Commonwealth Chess Championship 5 times. A father's legacy, a son's destiny. The legend of Shamshera is almost here, releasing in Hindi, Tamil and Telugu, celebrating 50 glorious years of magnificent cinema from Yashraj Films. This period action film, directed by Karan Malhotra, stars Ranbir Kapoor in a dual role with Sanjay Dutt as the antagonist alongside Vani Kapoor, Ronit Roy, Saurabh Shukla and Ashutosh Rana. ITV Gold was recently part of the Zoom interview with Team Shamshera. We're excited to show you excerpts from the interview in our Vision of Asia coverage this whole week.
Hi Amit and Aditya, thank you so much for your warm wishes and many congratulations to you guys too. Let me answer the second part of the question. I think as an actor, I'm a big fan of my grandfather's work, Raj Kapoor. I think as a filmmaker, I got to know, through his films, I was very young when he passed away, but I got to know him a lot through his films. Shri 420 is one of my favorite all-time films. To answer your first question, I think I come from a family of a lot of actors, but I also come from a family of actors who are very different from each other. Raj Kapoor was different from Shami Kapoor, who was different from Shashi Kapoor, who was different from Rishi Kapoor, who was different from Randhir Kapoor, who was different from my mom Neetu Singh, who was different from Kareena, who was different from Karishma. I'm also related to the Premnath family, Prem Chopra's family. So I have like so many, actors around me that it's really important to me to have an identity of my own and not get too influenced by them. I'm of course inspired by them. I love my father as an actor. I loved Shami Kapoor's style, the way he used to do his songs. I love the goodness that Shashi Kapoor used to reflect on screen. I've always been shy about my mother's work for some reason. I don't know, I think I'm too protective about her, so I've never really liked seeing her romancing anybody else except my dad. The only films of my mum I saw were like the ones she did with my father, like Khel Khel Mein and Rafu Chakkar and all those films.
But now she's in a reality show.
Yes, and
this is also so cool.
Absolutely, and I'm so proud. It's been a tough time for our family in the last couple of years, and especially for my mum. And I'm so happy that she's returning back to doing movies. She's doing a reality dance show in India. And I've always known that she has so much of love and so much of positivity. I've grown up with that, and I'm so happy that she is getting that love back from the audience also. What did he really ask? His question was,
you've answered this.
So thanks for the interesting question, Vidya, firstly. But I'd like to say that when we started creating the world of Shamshera, we wanted to be in a year, in a time of the history of our country, which could be understood and had some kind of a relevance at that point, with the kind of laws that were being passed for our citizens at that time, the tribal people. But beyond that, Shamshera is a complete work of fiction, and the world built around it and for it is completely fiction. We took references from real times, but created the visuals that we wanted to create to give our audiences a larger than life spectacle experience. So whether it's the sets, whether it's the world, whether it's the Kaza fort, whether it's the tribals, whether it's the action of everything has been designed to cater to a sensibility of celebrating every scene when you watch it in the theatre. So I would not call it a complete authentic representation of our tribals or the times, but I would call it something that is extremely cinematic, but with a base where you will be convinced that even if you've not seen the world, it existed in our times. So we've tried to hold on to that conviction and make the world as real as possible for us to understand that it belongs to our country, but at the same time, we've taken the cinematic leap of making it larger than life and entertaining.
I love this film. But to be honest, the most memorable moment for me was the last day of shoot. When I was done with it, I was so tired, I was so frustrated that I just could not take it anymore. But now when I see the film, I believe that all the work was worth it, all the or the frustrations and the turmoil and the bad days were worth it. But I remember the last day of shoot, it was like something just, my soul left my body. I was so happy. It was just, I just became so light.
Vani, you?
No, damn, I wish we had more material out from the film for me to elaborate on what the kind of scenes I've been part of. But and then there's this, in Fitur, there's this song sequence where we are underwater and then we come out. So the whole day, I remember I was in cold water and they were just throwing water on me. And I ended up with 100 and something, I don't know, degree temperature, and I was sick, and I was so sick. And then
Didn't they say, do you have COVID?
luckily, COVID was not existent.
Was not existent at that
That
point.
was not existent then.
Before.
So I was safe. People still pushed me to go for work the next day.
But
So
you're
I was
saying-
expected to come on
But
work.
you're saying that was your most memorable day?
No, they're just these, you know, but I tell you, I feel everything's worth every penny if gone well and correct. And I think the song came out so well that it's just worth it, no?
Yeah, totally.
So I'm always going to look back and be like, damn, I worked really hard. Like I busted my ass and it worked out. in the
Next
end.
time shoot only when you have 104 temperature.
That's just a-
your most memorable day?
Karan, I'm restricted with my
No,
scenes.
so for me, almost every day was memorable. But I have to say the most special day was when Ranbir walked onto set, and his first shot was ready as Shamshera, and he walked onto set. Believe me, I think I was overwhelmed looking at him in the getup, because for me it was a dream come true, and he looked the part so beautifully that I had forgotten Ranbir Kapoor completely. My character had come to life in flesh and blood and was walking towards the set, and it was the most memorable moment for me, for sure.
Continuing with the news and entertainment on ITV Gold, enjoy Sahib Biwi or Gangster 3 starring Sanjay Dutt, Jimmy Shergill and Mahi Gill, directed by Tigmanshu Dhulia in the family movie night this Friday at 8:30 p.m. EST. Saturday at 1 p.m. EST, watch the romantic drama Hamara Dil Aapke Paas Hai, starring Anil Kapoor, Aishwarya Rai and Sonali Bendre. Reserve your Sunday at 3 p.m. EST for Thalaivi, a biographical drama film based on the life of Indian actress, politician J. Jayalalitha, starring Kangana Ranaut and Arvind Swamy. And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at itvgold, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you're in the Tri-State or in the Chicago area for community news, entertainment, and events in the US. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Nidhi Kathuria signing off.